Do you know there are multiple ways to putting a sewing machine needle in incorrectly? Let's talk about the correct way to put a needle in and a few things to help you avoid costly frustrations in the future. So I've pulled out a tool, the multi-purpose tool from the machine. We're going to use that little hole at the end, and that's helpful if your fingers have trouble kind of getting that close to the foot area, and maybe there's not enough room for your hands if you have a little larger hands. That will be your lifesaver. You do need your screwdriver, but we need to talk about how tight you turn that screw when you're taking your needle in and out. And we do have videos about talking about different kinds of needles. You do actually have a nice variety pack here, but make sure you take some time to kind of go, which needle should I really be using for that thicker thread or for that stretchy fabric? There's actually quite a few, and your local Husqvarna Viking store can also help you pick out the right needle. So just tell them what fabric you're working on, what thread you're working on, and they will guide you to what needle you should be using. Now, I have this front area opened up for a reason, because how many of you have taken a needle out and you know you just used it for like 3 seams on that last project, but you need to switch over to, say, a denim needle, and you don't know what to do with this needle. So when you take it out, look at these little holes right here. You can put them in those holes and they will stay standing up and hidden while they're just kind of waiting to be used. And I understand, you know, you really didn't put a lot of use into them. They're not dull yet, but there's still life in the needles. You can do that. That longer slot would be for, say, a twin needle or a double needle. So I love that Viking gave those. Just got to keep in mind you might need to label or just note which ones you have sat in that area. Changing needles often is key for success. So if you're having any trouble with your machine, I always tell people, change your needle and clean out underneath your throat plate. There's lint and dust that gets created and kind of packed in there when we sew, and you got to get that out. Otherwise, you're going to break threads, you're going to skip stitches, and but changing needles is key when you are having any trouble. So first thing I have a problem, I change the needle. Okay, first off, just unthread the needle, and if your foot is kind of in the way, you can always lower it down, so that will give you a little bit more room. And I know a lot of times we're just used to holding onto the needle, loosening the screw, but if you don't want to try to hold it so it doesn't drop into your sewing area, you could actually just slip a piece of fabric underneath there, so that will kind of make sure the needle doesn't drop into the hole. Trust me, a lot of people get worried when that needle drops in there and then they have to go dig it out. Okay, next, take the little holder and slide up the needle. So as you loosen it, it's just going to catch it right at that point. Now this will become much more handy when we go to put the needle back in and we're holding it to get it into the highest position. So take your screwdriver and loosen that. If you find you're very tall up against this area, you can turn your hand wheel down just a little bit, and that screw will come down a little bit more into a range where you can kind of turn it. Okay, so let's say we have taken our needle out, we have switched them around, and now we're going to go put that back in. This little holder not only is a hole, but it's also shaped like a D. So see how the D, okay, there's the D. There's a flat side. Needles have a flat side. Flat side needs to always go to the back. Drop that in there. That holds it so it doesn't spin as you're trying to go into that area. Now I am going to lift that back up just a little bit, because how do you know where to guide that? The easiest tip I have for you is to kind of put the point of the needle down in the middle of the foot. Oh, I twisted a little bit. There we go. And then lift straight up. And the key here is to make sure it goes all the way up as high as it'll go. That's probably one of the most common problems people have. They get it up there, they tighten it, but it actually should have gone up a little bit further. So that's number one. Number two is what I'm going to show you next. This is where people will get in trouble over time. As you go to tighten this screw, there is a happy medium. If you over tighten this too much, you will find that eventually the screw will not hold your needle in any further. Now, I know that's really hard to kind of describe how much to turn a screwdriver. Keep in mind that anytime you turn a screwdriver, you're probably going to be able to tighten it way more with this than with your fingers. Now, I will tell you, with your fingers here, you are not going to be able to tighten it enough to have that needle stay in. So eventually you're going to start to sew and the needle's just going to fall out randomly, and now you got uh-oh, what's happening? So you do need to use this, but what you need to do is tighten gently. So just enough so it holds it in, but not over tightening that you're going to wear out this piece. If you get to that point where your needle doesn't stay in any longer, you do need to visit your service center, and they will fix you all up. But they're also going to tell you stop over tightening. So there's that happy middle, and just kind of find it. It also is a good idea to utilize your needle threader after you've put a needle in, because if it doesn't line up with the hole of the needle, it means the needle didn't go high enough. So if it's coming around and the hole's, well, it'd be down here, the hole is lower than the needle threader, means it did not go high enough. So that's a great way to just double check that your needle is in correctly. So how long can you sew on that needle? Well, it is hard to tell, because some people will say 6 hours, and I'm like, well, I don't sew 6 hours. I might be sewing for 6 hours, but I'm not sewing with that needle going up and down for 6 hours straight. So that's hard to determine. You might go by bobbins. How many bobbins did you use up? Did you use up 3 or 5 bobbins? Well, you're definitely at the end of your needle. If you've gone through 5 bobbins on the same needle, you're probably getting to a point where you just kind of need to switch. If you hear a little tap, tap in, it's time for a new needle. If you've got skip stitches, or your stitch doesn't come all the way down on the fabric, kind of leaves a little loop, it doesn't flatten, that's another element of needing a new needle. So make sure you're always using the right size of needle for the thread you're using. That is key. And again, learn and research on needles, which ones are best. You can always reach out to me if you have needle questions, but your local store would be the best place to ask first. I hope you'll check out all of our video tutorials that we have on the beautiful Husqvarna Viking Brilliance 75Q. There's a link in the description where you can start binge watching all the tutorials from the beginning.